Did you hear anything that you liked?
I liked when he acknowledged that it was the largest number of women. He forgot to acknowledge that there are only 15 Republicans and 91 Democratic women in the Congress of the United States. But it seemed, on the House side, and in the House of Representatives. So it was like weird. You're bringing this up, and look.
You have to know you're desperate and that you've lost your grip on reality and sanity when, as a news organization, you make the editorial decision to highlight and exalt a senile, money-grubbing, hypocritical, certifiably insane, parasitic political puppet primarily because you're blinded by your hatred of Trump. No preferential treatment or journalistic bias going on here, folks. MSLSD and the Communist News Network strikes again as they scrape the bottom of the barrel to bring you what they think is relevant news. CNN choosing to run a piece entitled, "Nancy Pelosi's Clapback Steals Trump's Show." Is this really what it's come down to for floundering legacy media giants? I guess so. So let's just go through this. First, check out this hilarious clip where the reporter asks confused House Speaker Skeletor a very simple question. That is, if she thinks Trump's address moved the needle.
Do you think the president moved the needle one way or the other on that issue last night?
Do I think he moved the needle?
Do you think he convinced more people that a wall is necessary? Do you think he helped or hurt that negotiation?
Do I think he moved the needle?
Do you think he convinced more people that a wall is necessary? Do you think he helped?
How in the hell did we get to such a low point in this country where this woman is second in line for the presidency behind the vice president? She should be second in line for the next pin the tail on the donkey game at Shady Hill Senior Retirement Home. What's worse than individual rights trampling Nazi Pelosi's incoherent mumbling, as she somehow manages to dress herself in the morning, put in her dentures, and amble through the marbled halls of Congress like an extra from The Walking Dead, is that corporate media outlets are actually taking this woman seriously. Check out what this guy says after this clip.
Is necessary? Do you think he helped or hurt that negotiation?
Sometimes Speaker Pelosi says so much with so little.
What the hell is wrong with you people?
You know, it was just a few months ago there were D.C. pundits publicly doubting whether Pelosi should even be Speaker again. Remember that? Well, today, Democrats are downright gleeful about her star turn over Trump's shoulder last night.
And that should be your indication, your telltale sign that you're pretty close to hitting rock bottom. Democrats are desperate, mainstream media is desperate, and they're desperate to get you to buy into the idea that Nancy is a bright star that outshined the president during the State of the Union.
Riding a wave of woman power, progressive power, and policy power after besting Trump in that shutdown. Many Pelosi fans toasting her swagger specifically in this moment.
Pelosi fans. Can you even imagine that there are people on this earth that fall into that category? Hi, I'm a Nancy Pelosi fanatic. I also like Maxine Waters. I've read all of Karl Marx's books, and I'm a huge fan of Bernie and Ocasio-Cortez. I can't wait till they start taking more of my money from me so they can fund their wildly expensive universal health care plan. Being a Nazi Pelosi fan would be like being a Pee Wee Herman fan. What is it about these people that make others want to be fans of theirs?
We must reject the politics of revenge, resistance, and retribution, and embrace the boundless potential of cooperation, compromise, and the common good.
Pelosi using the prominent post there to basically clap back at the hypocrisy of Donald Trump opposing, quote, the politics of revenge. That photo going viral, the internet celebrating with salutes to Pelosi and Photoshop pictures.
Then you have CNN's video. Nancy Pelosi's clapback steals Trump's show.
She was the show behind the show.
Now I thought that was an interesting statement. I always talk on this channel about how this political illusion is a dog and pony show and the fact that mainstream media works in concert with government entities. So they just let you know here that Nancy is indeed the show behind the show. Guys, it's all theater. It's smoke and mirrors designed to distract, deceive, and divide us.
Nodding no when the president declared the State of the Union is
strong.
muttering commentary to herself, smiling at colleagues, urging new female members of Congress to rise, rolling her eyes.
Ridiculous partisan investigations.
But Nancy Pelosi became the queen of condescending applause after President Trump proposed rejecting the politics of revenge and embracing the common good. She clapped madly, their eyes met.
Pelosi was like, "You're never getting your wall."
And of course, Hollywood jumps in on the act as they back this insane asylum escapee. But no matter how much these people try to legitimize the illegitimate, it just makes the insanity of the person they're putting on a pedestal and their own insanity more apparent to everybody.
Comedian Patton Oswalt congratulated Speaker Pelosi for inventing the you clap.
Come on, y'all.
It launched 1 million GIFs. The internet was rocked with memes as Photoshoppers added things like golden handcuffs. The clapback reminded one guy of when I tell my wife I changed a diaper. And then there was the mystery. What was Nancy reading?
Not right.
Some called it rude and petty for Pelosi to bury her nose in papers. Was it the Mueller report or Trump's tax returns or a menu?
I kept expecting a waiter to come over with an order of buffalo wings.
Nah, she was just reading along with the president's speech. Of course, Nancy wasn't the only head-shaking eye roller in the House. Presidential hopeful Kamala Harris looked exasperated, as did Kirsten Gillibrand, who even used her eye roll as a fundraising appeal, then took it down after critics said it violated House rules.
This political hack tried to use this as an opportunity to rake in more cash for herself. Like she's not making enough from her taxpayer-funded day job already. These people are pathetic.
Speaker Pelosi's daughter, Christine, tweeted, "Oh yes, that clap took me back to the teen years. She knows, and she knows that you know. All we know is that all that clapping was the speaker's seal of disapproval." Jeannie Mo, CNN, New York.
Democrats, who apparently had to check their hoods at the door before they entered the House chambers, left their minds at the door as well. Never forget, guys, none of these people are thinking about individual freedoms. Matter of fact, they're all scheming on how to take away more of your freedoms as they figure out more ways to take your money while they're at it. According to even leftist outlets like CBS, 76% of viewers thought it was a great speech. Only delusional, brainwashed far leftists thought Nancy Pelosi stole the show. And the thing that should make everybody sit up and take notice is the fact that the Democrats clapped louder for themselves than two alleged Holocaust survivors, a child who overcame cancer, and the first man to get released from prison under Trump's prison reform bill. And that should tell you everything you need to know about statism, specifically the leftist brand of statism. If you guys have anything to add to this, leave your thoughts for the world, the Google Thought Police, and the mindless lemmings who are fans of Nancy Pelosi in the comment section below.